Hy's gebore in die land van wyn en koring. Effens groot en pakkie bulle aan die horing. Hy stap daar met 'n blou ding in sy hand. Toe hy dit suig, dink almal die tot is aan die brand. En hy sê lekker, lekker op 5 plekke. En almal staan met opgehangde bekke. Hy sê hoe sit en hy vat nog 'n paar trekke. Want dis lekker, lekker op 5 plekke. Sy sak aan swaard en al die batterye. Hy koop die sousie nie, hy maak sy eie. Sy diere sien die wolke gooi 'n tuinslang oor die muur. Maar het ryk so suurlemoen en het proe self bietjie suur. En hy sê lekker, lekker op 5 plekke. En almal staan met opgehangde bekke. Hy sê hoe sit en hy vat nog 'n paar trekke. Want dis lekker, lekker op 5 plekke. En hy sê lekker, lekker op 5 plekke. En almal staan met opgehangde bekke. Hy sê hoe sit en hy vat nog 'n paar trekke. Want dis lekker, lekker op 5 plekke.
Het julle hoenderholle goeienaand. I just want to check, the mic might be a bit louder. Let's just soften that though. But yeah, visuals okay, audio okay. Did you hear the tune? Did you like the tune? That is an unofficial, official version of Lekker op 5 plekke, composed and written and sung by Vos Reineke, specially for this channel, specially. So yeah, it's all about vaping. I think it's probably the first vaping MP3 which has been released. Let's see how far it goes on the KykNet Top 20. But in any case, Force apparently says he just wants to do it over again and he wants to put some electric guitar in, whatever. But this one he sent to me and said I can use it for tonight. So hopefully you folks like the tune, man. It's lekker op 5 plekke. Jaco Veldhuis, Naand Eyster, sê Shaw vir Jaco, and they've been in a chat. And then Tinus Otto has joined. Naand Tinus, Shaw sê ek verslaaf aan jou hazelnut juice. Eyster, die juice is mal lekker. Yeah, for you guys are joining it for the first time, Jaco Veldhuis also makes his own juice, and that's the juice which Shaw van die Kerk is talking about. So Tinus, baie welkom hier so in die huis. Lekker om jou hier sit hê. Anton Visser is hier so. Good evening, Anton. Then Shaw, Anton again, voor die wind, Anton. There is Paul Jansen van Vieren. Hello. Dion is hier. Naand almal, mag julle in awesome 2022 geniet. True that. This is the second winged of 2022. Hopefully we're going to get to the point where we reach the end of the year and then we push for 2023. The kippies, by the way, I spoke to the lady a bit earlier. I'm going to send off the first honors members kippie tomorrow to Tienus Mulder, and then the lady should have the others done by next Friday, hopefully. But how it's going to work is the honors members, you guys are going to receive the cap. I'm going to give you the cap, and there's going to be a difference. It's not going to be just this. On the side, you will have an H1 if you are a honors member for 1 year. So H for honors, 1 for 1. And then the second year, if you manage to last another year, the little man is going to be gold, the little feet is going to be gold, and you're going to have an H2 in gold on the side. And that is the only addition which the honors members will, it's only going to be available for the honors members, put it that way. But otherwise, I'm getting normal ones made like this without the H's, and they'll probably be available for 150. So yeah, but I'm just getting about 6 or 7 of them made in the meantime, just to see if you guys are really interested in these caps. But they are great quality caps. I mean, I've been using it the whole holiday, and the stitching and so on is lasting, so that's cool beans. That's lekker, man. Lekker op 5 plekke. Okay, dan Anton says voor die wind, let's quickly go in there. Dion Danhauser, naand allemaal awesome. Tinus, speel met my nuwe MX keys, keyboards, settings. Nice, Jack Veldhuis. Okay, there's South Prawn. Good evening, South Prawn. Chantal Marais inside the house. Goeienaand allemaal, hoop het gaan goed. Rob Fisher, Bazinga. I think we've got a nice, interesting show packed for tonight, though. I will do a general chat, just go through that, and then we'll do a slideshow. We've got a few things which I want to show. And then the lucky spin for I think it's the tertiary and the honors members that can get the Charon Baby Plus with all its extras is over there. There's only 5 guys that indicated that they want to be part of the spin, so your chances are very good. Let's talk about 20% chance of actually winning this thing. It's not probably the best chances you ever had in the show of winning something. But then I just quickly want to show you something interesting which Vupu sent me. Wait, let me just quickly check. You guys, the sound, everything good? Ek het net gesien, naand, allemaal. Lekker op 5 plekke. Hey Henry, how's it? Yes, what? Do we have sound? Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so if you guys mention that, I just want to quickly show you this. That Vupu, the Chinese blokes are funny group of peeps. Check out this. This thing pictures up here today. Ne? Vupu Vinci Pod, Royal Edition, I tell you. And obviously I'm excited because normally when these companies send out these things, it's all kind of extra coils, all the different coils and maybe different pot cartridges, and you never know. Check out this number. Check out there. Look at that. And there's a pot in the middle. But yeah, you have got a letter which thanks me for reviewing and being part of the Vupu family. And there's a bottle opener. It is metal. Okay, metal. I'm going to say it's 24 karat just to make this thing more special. Then there's a little badge over there. And then they've got a fork and they've got a spoon. Now, what this has got to do with this little pod in the middle, a Lord knows. But yeah, it's just interesting how they put things together. And then I just have to show you this. This is an order from Tianus Mulder. And it's for him. I'm just waiting for the cap for tomorrow. So if Tianus inside chat, Tianus, your goodies, look at your goodies. They're ready to be sent off. And you can see what is the favorite juice for Mr. Tianus. And it's actually for his wife, Hildegard. Blimey. Up there you go. Blimey. Like blimey, stuck and sake for him. So anyway guys, that was just strange from Vupu. I'm still a bit mind baffled of that. Currently what I'm still running is, I've still got my X Pro 1.4s over here. I've still got my Aegis with the Asgard, the small one for juice testing. My 2 RTAs which I'm running is still the Arbiter 2s, but I decided to put it on the hot sig with these engraved panels. I think it actually looks numbers. And this one I put on the DNA Riva, the other Arbiter. It's funny, this guy never received a lot of love. It's probably because it's got so much the shape of the Minikin. The people just decided to boycott it. And then I'm running just my Miso and my Nivox Feeling I'm still running over here, with also some tobaccos I'm testing. And the last one which I actually started up is this little number. Check out them apples. Yeah, and I've got the dot shell on the inside of here. I can actually just show you. There you go. A little dot shell number. And I never played around with it. You know, I ordered this guy because I like the look of this frosted version. And I ordered the dot shell but never played around with it. And now in the week, because I mean, we're only starting schools on Monday, I decided to do it. And it's actually got a very nice flavor. I've got it on the smallest insert, airflow insert obviously, because I like my things nice and tight, like you all know. But lovely, man, lovely. I mean, it's such a basic little thing. You must only got that small little button to adjust it for different power wattages on the inside. But absolutely nothing wrong with the tobacco I'm getting. And then about 25 past, I'm going to send out the Zoom links. Here, someone has it. I just want to quickly accept over here. Just want to see if this man has accepted as a contact. There's Mauritz, he accepted as a contact. Sweet, now it's going to be easier to get him. I especially had to go and buy, because yesterday we had a Zoom meeting though with David Gunn and Mauritz, and some of Force joined in, so we can just get the windows correct for tonight's show. We actually chatted. Now remember, I've got the free version of Zoom, which means you can only run for 40 minutes. We finished that 40 minutes, and then we rejoined again and finished the next 40 minutes as well. So I decided, no, this can't be. And because we have got a new honors member on the channel, Henry, I just want to, not Henry Landsberg, he's already a super supporter, but there's a new Henry with an I at the bottom. Now I'm not sure, I hope Henry's inside chat and can give us more information about him, but thank you very much for joining. So I decided, because he joined, I can get the pro version. So now there's no interruptions. We can have Zoom meetings for 24 hours long, and I can have 100 people inside here. So that is nice. That is nice. Let's quickly see what's still going on over here. Let's go down, down, down. I was at Rob Fisher last time, Anton Visser. All good on my guys. Thanks. Okay, Fee's inside the house. Good evening, Fee. Hardes is so lekker. Hardes, man. Hardes weet, he knows we're going to chat to mod makers tonight. And that's who Mr. Gunn is, by the way. He's associated with Purge Mods. Probably one of the few American companies, authentic American companies, that is still alive and kicking. Is still alive and kicking. But I mean, as I told Mr. Gunn yesterday, of all the photos and groups and things I see about mech mods, they have got the strongest following is Purge. It's just crazy how many people love Purge and collect their mods. It's incredible. So you guys can also obviously post in the chat tonight if you've got any questions about the Purge mods. They've got some interesting shapes which they have released and are releasing. So I think we have got exciting here. And I know Hardes and them that don't want to talk much though, but they're also part of this exciting 2022 experience waiting for us South Africans. So I think that's very, very nice. And as Mauritz said earlier, I think it's the first time we're going to have a mod maker on a show, which makes it even more special. So Mauritz and Mr. Gunn will be joining us from 30:30, and we'll see how long it goes, because I've got the pro version of Zoom now. So yeah, that's Dion78 inside the house. Nice to see these new names, man. It's nice. Timothy Victor, hi everyone. I'm going to show Timothy's advert for his vape show, or not vape show, the vape meet which they have this weekend as well. So those also in the dark. Force, I know, is having a Valentine's party down here on the 11th February at Oakdale Club, close to me there. So we've already made our booking, me and my sweet pie, and 2 other people will gaan gooi 'n bit there. Ons sal 'n bietjie gaan skit, bietjie dance. That's because that's what us South Africans do. We like music, we like braaiing fires, and we like dop. We like it. Warren Dean, good evening, Warren. Sure, one of my moderators for a change. Welcome back. As if you're so scarce, my mate. Dion says, hi, Anton. Claire Bantain is inside the house. The nice name. Good evening, everyone. Compliments to the New Year, same there. Good evening, everyone. How's it, Keizer? Lekker op 5 plekke is klaar. AKS, Warren Dean. Please click the like button and all that kind of stuff. Jakos says, Naand, Oom Readers inside the house. I'm going to show you Oom Readers. They are moving up. Their channel is growing. And they are at this specific point where they're actually going to join the vape meet in Joburg, and I think they're gonna show some tricks for the people over there. I think they're gonna build a stage for the Oaks. They're gonna get in DJs, local DJs, smoke machines, foam parties, and you see these jellyfishes and these O-rings coming from beneath the abyss. Yeah, so that is great. But I'll show you something about Oom Readers a bit later. So congratulations, guys, on growing so nicely. Good evening to you too, mate. Delaray, daar is hy. Henry Landsberg, hier is hy. Naand Anton, Oom Readers, Celius Retief, how's it everyone? Louis, die Hydron is superb. Ek is baie bly jy geniet die Hydron. I actually watched a short piece of TVP's show last night as well. Him and the Irishman, Englishman and the Irishman. And he says that Hydron sucks. He says Steam Crave is one of the worst companies. I just skat my kop. What can I do? I just shake my head. I mean, I'm enjoying Steam Craze products, and I don't have an issue with it. So it's just that sponker was a bit bulky for me, but it worked. It worked great. So I'm glad, Celeste, that you're actually liking it. Paul Jansen van Vieren, Dion, ek sal een van die swart keppe koop. Mal daaroor, is 'n lekker keppie met sommer. I will probably have, as I said, stock next week. It's not a problem. Kurt Yo is inside the house. I managed to get, he sent me an email, and he actually, can I say, he typed in how to pronounce his name. I won't say what he typed in the email, but now it's easy. But you can probably think for yourself. But his surname is pronounced Yo. Kurt Yo. So, any case, daar's is hy. For R150 is ek in vir 2. That's the spirit. Yeah, the whole idea is that it's not to make money on the caps. Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know if you guys know what embroidered caps and things cost, but it's to play even. So that if you consider the shipping and stuff like that, dan verloor ek nou nie geld in. It keeps my wife happy. Nee, a happy wife equals a happy life, nee? That Whoopoo Essence, that special kit is hilarious. I just don't understand what... it's not that they even want a review done on anything of these. They also sent me their little extra pod, besides that pod which is inside that royalty edition, that gold lady, Queen Elizabeth set. They also have sent me an additional pod, which I will actually show you a picture in the slideshow of. And I must say, it is going to be very cheap, absolutely. But it's got nice flavor, and it's got a smooth draw, and it's slightly tighter than the misos, put it that way. So my wife loves the misos, and I obviously like this thing a lot because it's got a draw slightly tighter. It's got the draw similar to these two, and that's what I like. Not that too loose though, but nothing wrong with the flavor. I laughed. I mean, when I checked out this photo of this thing, I just thought, this thing is a cheapskate, another rubbish. Not knowing that they're sending me one now. And I'm actually very surprised. But it's going to be very cheap. And I think that is what the winning combination is going to be for that thing. Absolutely. So anywho, after the drawing of the things from Half Past, as I said, we will have a chat. But you guys get your questions ready, because I mean it's going to be interesting talking to these guys. Mauritz loves talking. Nothing wrong with that, but I can tell you now, that oak enjoys a chat. I like it stuckend. Paul Beetke, good evening. Matthew Roman, yes, the own reader squad is here. Some of Matthew Romans as well. I can somehow feel that O's hitting his screen while he's watching the shows, guys. Mr. Romans is inside the house. No, that's lekker, man. I will be operating in the store that day, unfortunately, but Shifka will be there on behalf of us. There you go. Matt will be working, all right. That is said. Understand, guys. Thank you so much for your efforts. Nice, man. Daai longe kan 'n golfbal deur 'n 3/4 inch tydslang suig. Oh my word, Alpha Works is here. Good evening, Alpha Works. Nice to have you. There's Mauritz. Wat sê die mense? Mauritz, I'm glad you found chat. Mauritz says he can't find chat nowhere. Not on the previous shows. He don't know where's the chat. But it's because he's working with Apple, né? Apple. There's nothing wrong with my Apple. My daughter's got an Apple and she can see my chat, for sure. Right. Okay, let's just quickly go over to the slideshow portion so we can start doing that. I don't want to waste too much time there. There's a few things which I want to show you on the slideshow. I think let's transition and just quickly get to the front portion. There you go. Okay, so that's the first one. The first thing which I just want to show you guys, and that's the vape meet, which is coming up 22 January. And what I also told Mauritz is I really like, and I've got a lot of respect for what Timothy has actually done with this vape meet. The fact that they have grown so much. I mean, you can see a lot of sponsors in it. Hey, check, is there. But the amount of sponsors which actually have attached themselves to this is going to become a little junior, a mini-me vape con type of situation. So with Purge and then these guys going on there, the more platforms there is to actually display these guys' products, or any, as a matter of anything, even these two juices, which they're also going to talk about tonight. And I'm actually very glad that they send these along. This is Taffy Splash, in case you guys were wondering. You guys know I watched the show of Mike Vapes and Mark Fagan and ST and those guys. And there was a certain point where Mike Vapes vaped a lot of this Taffy Splash, especially this blue one. And I was always wondering, what the hell does it taste like? Here Mauritz comes along and sends me Taffy Splash. These two flavors. And the one is the blue raz and the other one's a strawberry. And I can tell you, both of them, awesome. Very nice juices. Currently I've got the strawberry in here because I do prefer a strawberry flavor above the berry type of situation. But the strawberry is very good. Ooh, the Asgard. Any case, let's quickly go in there. If you're wondering what the hell is that, what makes that little photo so special, that is the prize which Kevin Long actually put up yesterday. Not yesterday, the previous week. And I just want to show you that Fish Vapes in George. I think it's Bradley. I'm not sure. Bradley. He received it. He hasn't played around with the RDTA yet, but there's just a picture so Kevin Long can actually see that the package has arrived safely and Fish Vapes is enjoying the mod. So that is good news. There's the Ohm Readers. Check out those oaks, man. Not even are they growing in subscriber count. Not even are their vape tricks becoming more and more complicated and reaching a level of awesomeness above there. They've got merch. These oaks have got merch, man. And the Ohm Readers at the bottom is actually what is on the back of the t-shirts. But I just put that in there. I stole those two pictures from a video, screen captured the video, but I'm sure they won't mind though. But there you go. I mean, as soon as you start getting merch, you know the channel, the channel is growing. These oaks can just afford merch at a much earlier stage than what I could actually do. It took me 4 years to get merch, to get a cap. But in any case, so Ohm Readers, you guys, congratulations, Shifkar and Matthew. Well done, well done. It's awesome. And then there's one of the new products, the Delta 8 products, which the guys will actually talk about. Mo, they call him Mo. Mauritz the whole time. Yes, David Gunn sommer kap him, but Mo, we'll blame it on Mo. So yeah, so I'm also going to call Mauritz Uncle Mo from now on. So yeah, but he promised to wear a t-shirt tonight. Anywho, but they will be talking about this. This is a new Delta 8 product. I can tell you what happened to me though, because I was sent this. These two. Now, if you don't know what they are Delta 8 products. This one is a disposable vape. Now, these things aren't cheap though. They're definitely not cheap. I don't know if Mauritz actually wants to type inside chat how much they cost, but yeah. And these are strawberry gummies, which you've got over there. Now, all I can tell you is do your research. Before using these things, do your research. And as I often tell my learners in my class, my biology classes, remember, everyone has got their own physiology going on. Everyone's body works differently. Everyone's body's tolerances to different things are different. So rather start low and move up. Okay? So what happened to me? I took out that little thing to test it now. Now, I know it is potent, but I never knew how potent this is. But in any case, now I've drawn this thing and it's just nothing wants to come out. So now I go and watch the Oaks video. He actually did a review on this thing, and this Oaks using this thing, he takes it out of the box and ask him here and there. So there's no on-off button, no nothing, nowhere. I must just draw harder. Hier en daar trek ek daai ding nee. Maar there's a lot of that vapor which comes into me, into my throat. But I feel nothing. I ask him, what is this? This is nothing, man. And I take 4 more draws of this thing and I put it down. Probably about 30 minutes later, 30 to 40 minutes later, I sit here and I start losing focus. But remember, in my case, it is never a good idea to get into much of this stuff. I was probably out of contention, out of my regular schedule for about 6 hours. For 6 hours. Here mens, ek gaan lê, ek kry warm gloede. Dit gaan nie goed met my nie. My wife comes in the room, then she goes out, and immediately I think, was my wife just here? You totally lose concentration. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But that's when you use too much. So let me be a lesson to you. If you're on these things, because they do have benefits, but Mauritz and them will talk about it a bit later, but do your research. That's all I'm telling you. All I'm telling you. My wife had a big fun. So that I also posted for Mauritz. Force actually sent us while we were chatting on the program. So yeah, there's but we always knew it had health benefits. But apparently they actually found out that it can actually block or make it harder for the virus to actually get entry into your body cells. But that is just a preliminary result, which they actually found. They must go into more depth regarding research. But I thought I'd just show that in any case. And then there is, well, I'm not sure if you guys know about Purge that has released a 25mm RDA. If you did not know about it, now you know about it. But they decided to up the game and they released a 28.5mm RDA as well. And I asked David last night, I said, listen. I'm a huge Asgard fan. And I said, listen, is this thing better than the Asgard or is it on par? And he was very cautious to say it's better. So he said it is on par. He cannot say it's better than the Asgard, but he will be comfortable to say that it is on par. So in any case, so that is the Purge 28.5mm RDA. Obviously, it's going to be in a variety of colors as well. But yeah, there you go. Beautiful looking RDA. And then another thing which I just want to show you is that. That is the new AIO. Well, it's fairly new. I think it was released November, December, somewhere around there. But that is the borrow tank from Limelight. Okay, what I like about that is you'll see there's a little screw there on the side. It looks like a screw, but you actually use that to adjust the airflow coming in from the slit. The top picture, top left, you can actually see on the right hand side the slit at the bottom over there. So turning that little screw actually changes the airflow as it actually comes in. But yeah, and I know these things, all of a sudden the people are going ballistic again for billet boxes. They're looking for new ones. They're looking for SXK ones because now all of a sudden Boros are coming out. I mean, it is so that even Jay decided to bring out a bridge now, which is going to release soon in the near future for these things. The people are all back. But it just shows you how the vaping wheel actually turns. That which was out comes in again, and then something new replaces it. And then it's just the whole cycle just starts over again. With just improvements obviously being done, making it more interesting and fun for the hobbyists. These guys obviously is not applicable to your 90% of the vapors, because 90% of the vapors are probably pod vapors. And then we've got this monkey nut. I just want to make sure what this little guy's name is. Just want to check. There it is. It's called the Hurricane. The Hurricane 1.4 NG RTA from ePhoenix. So that they also have released. And yeah, it's interesting. I try to figure out what would the purpose of the cage be. If it's just decorations. You see that cage in the parts picture at the bottom over there. 1 to the fifth part from the left or 6th part from the left. That cage with the holes on the side. Maybe it's just aesthetics. But this guy's also capable of actually having 3 different airflow inserts which you can switch out and play around with your air intake. But yeah, that's something at least new. And then this, I know Just Fog was one of those little devices which a lot of people actually that wanted something to transition because it was very cheap. It was freely available. And then they went quiet for a while. I think they brought out a second edition, a second variant. And then they went quiet for a long time. Year and a half, 2 years maybe, I'm not even sure. But then they decided to bring out this little guy. And I must say it actually looks nice. And what I like about these things, I've still got mine. Brand new in there with a lot of coils. And the reason why I've got that is because hopefully somebody would start making an e-pipe sometime. And because this guy is 16 millimeters, a little RTA with very nice flavor, I thought it would be the perfect RTA to actually use on a e-pipe. I think so. So I still think so. But that is the new Just Fog, which you've got over there. The Just Fog Q16 for 16mm FF kit. So yeah, I think it's a nice little option as well. It's not a bad kit. And I mean, if you just quickly go back over there, you can see they've actually got a power button where you can adjust 3 different watting settings, 3 different levels, which you should see at the bottom over there. So yeah, I think it's not nice and fancy. This little guy is from DigiFlavor. It's called the XP77 Watt Starter Kit. So all of a sudden, single 18650 kits are coming back again. But still, they've got those sub-ohm tanks. They love it. What's just strange to me is one of the coils, I think this guy either uses a 0.2 coil or a 0.4 coil. And it's strange that they bring out a 0.2 coil for a single 18650 device, especially limited at 77 watts, because I normally vape my 0.2s. I mean, these guys have got 0.2s in it, 0.23 ohm coils, resistances, and both of them I vape at 90 to 95 watts. So yeah, it's obviously something not what I would want to use there. And it's sad to see they're going back to bottom full. Because I mean, you've got more chances of leaking with these sub-ohm tanks if you decide to put your rubber grommets, your full grommets, full ports at the base. And they're not the only one which actually did that. There's another one. There's the Vupu which I'm actually talking about. My wife received the pink one. That's the Vupu Q pot kit. And as I said, it only comes with the Type-C charging cable, a single coil which has been pre-installed. Although this guy, no, this guy, you can't replace the coil, you actually have to get cartridges. Because I remember I had to pop off the top to actually pour in the juice, like the picture at the bottom. So it's not going to be replaceable coils, but replaceable cartridges. But she's very happy with it. She's been using it for probably, 8 hours today though, and hasn't put it down. But it's got a nice smooth draw and just the tightness, which I actually like. And the flavor's nice on it as well. So no matter how much I want to diss this thing, if you're looking for a pod, I mean, my wife is enjoying it. She like the Kwai. And then you've got this oak. This is called the Atemporal. It's weird names. The guys come up with strange names. The Atemporal 24mm RTA by Damn Vape. And yeah, you can actually see it. Not often you find these RDAs, these rebuildables, where you actually have to, I'm going to say, finagle your angles of your coil legs. But if you see, your coil legs actually go up at an angle to actually slide this in to that thing. But yeah, there's a nice single coil RTA as an option. Not many of them around. I mean, most guys go for either the mesh decks or they go for the dual coils, etc. So there's not as many of these guys available than the other formats. So it's nice that people start releasing that as well. And there's definitely a place for that. And then we've got this. This is what is called the SQY. Strange name, SQY 24mm RDA by 99 Raps. So I just thought it's also a nice looking RDA. But yeah, there you go. That's that. And then you've got this monkey nut. This is the Unibox P&M kit by Oxva. Their new one, also single 18650. As I said, they like releasing at least these 18650s have got their own 510 at the top and don't have that proprietary bloody adapter which you actually have to slide in your sub-ohm tank. So you can get rid of your tank, get your own RTA or RDA and put it on top of that. So at least they've got that going for them. But as I said, unfortunately, I'm not into my single 18650s anymore, either single 21700 or dual 18650s. That's my thing. And then you've got the Sequoia. Yeah, it's a weird name. Sequoia 21700, the Boro Mech by Cherry Pine Mods. And I don't know, I accidentally came across somebody that actually posted that they long last got their Cherry Pine mod. And I thought, what the hell is this all about? So I'm not sure if there's any other Boro mechs out there, but yeah, that's that. That's the mech over there, what you see. So yeah, those are the slides, the slideshows which I actually want to show you. I just quickly want to go on to that spin, the lucky spin, lucky hat. Get that ready. Yeah, so I know you're excited. I know you are excited, and it's totally understandable. So let's switch over to there. There are the people that have indicated that they are interested in trying out the Charon Baby Plus. So as I said, let's quickly do the typical 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, and let's give it a spin. There you go. Let's see who is going to get the Charon Baby. Mr. Zach Damon. Mr. Zach Damon, I hope you use it. You was collecting all kind of stuff now these days, it seems. So yeah, congratulations on that. Let's close over there. And yeah, I did switch over there. Okay, so now just one without the timer. Now to get our little Zoom group ready while you guys are quickly in chat. Just want to get that out there. Close over there. Get my Zoom open. Click on start new meeting. Over there, there I am, you sexy beast, you. Okay, now I'm going to invite. Now it's just easy, Mauritz. See now, Mauritz, I just click on your name and just invite. And I will email just an invite to Mr. Gunn quickly. Invite over there. Let's copy invitation. Let's do that. So lekker op 5 plekke. And I've got the email of this man ready. I sent him one yesterday. And he's probably waiting. Okay. New mail. There you go. Gunn. Fast Eddie. Paste. Subject. Zoom invite. Now, hopefully his situation is sorted out tonight regarding his line. He had a bit of problems last night though. So hopefully. Okay, meeting ID. Okay, let's go. Let's send it. Let's send him that invite and see how it actually goes. I'll just send him a second one over there. The host is me. Yeah, Mauritz, you guys can accept. I send you an invite, Pisang. So now you must just accept. But I'll email you the invite as well. Because I still see you do not accept over there. New mail. It's got Mauritz as well. Okay. There's David Gunn. See, David Gunn, he's ready. He Oaks ready, man. That Oaks, he just wants to talk to you Oaks. So as I said, I mean, you Oaks are not familiar with Purge though. Purge is primarily, well, they're probably 100% mech situation. Yeah, we have got Mr. David Gunn. And I think it's probably the two most important people in here in any case. Mo doesn't have to be here. Do you agree, David?
I would love Mo to be here.
No, he will come now. I sent him an invite though. Lord knows where he is. But that's typical of him though. But I'm going to switch over so long.
Are we on your channel now or are we on the back?
No, I'm going to switch over. Now you're live. Currently you are live at the moment though. And Mauritz is...
What's going
on? There. I'm admitting Mauritz now. Now he's joining. And we can close this ugly screen. And then everything should be hunky-dory inside. There you go. There you go.
Hunky-dory.
Hunky-dory. Absolutely.
Hello.
All right. I hear some kind of echo. Do you guys hear echo or not? All right. That's cool. It's probably just somebody running the thing in the background though. That's all. But everything should be fine though. All right, so guys, welcome to tonight's show. It is absolutely awesome to have you guys here. Everyone's been looking forward to it. I know Mauritz has got his special t-shirt on tonight though. He's wearing underpants as well underneath his... Ooh, straight. Kyk hoe lyk die man daar so. There you go.
Finally, I haven't seen Mo with a shirt on in months. This is great.
He does actually look great. He does look great. David, would you just quickly introduce you and that lovely lady next to you?
I'm David Gunn. I'm with Purge Mods, Fast Eddie's Vape Distro and Shop and Lounge here in Orlando, Florida. Purge Mods USA, ST&R Creations, which is our Delta 8 and our botanical line. We have a lot of cool products that have come out over the last year, straight from Orlando, Florida. And this is Lucy Noble. Can you introduce yourself there?
My name is Lucy Noble. I am the brand development person here at ST&R Creations. I came on after Purge Month, so I'm not going to claim that. That was y'all. But I worked with a lot of big e-liquid companies, and I'm very happily part of the team and here to answer questions you have about Delta 8 or other phytocannabinoids.
All right, so David is more into the mod situation. You're more into the chemical situation. You work in the laboratory.
I am laboratory adjacent. I basically take our laboratory compounds and brand them and create strain profiles that are current and of value to today's cannabis consumers.
Oh, lovely, man. Mauritz, over to you. Introduce yourself to the people.
Everybody knows me. Everybody calls me Mo. Father, everybody. Nice being here.
So yeah, go ahead, Mauritz. I'm going to leave it over to you.
Well, basically, I thought it was a great idea of getting Sir Gunn on the show. As the product is selling in is selling in South Africa, and there's a lot of people don't really understand what it's about, what the composition of it is, and how it works. Obviously, you use it, but you too much of it. The main thing is that it's going to be explained exactly what it is, and then hopefully we can go over and talk a little bit of a purge for South Africa.
All right, so David, probably one of the first questions is the purge mods which you guys release. How do you decide about what direction you are going to? But first of all, tell us how many purge mods you guys have released, and then go into your whole ideology, how the firm is run, and what influences the decisions you guys make.
That's a loaded question. Because we've actually had that debate here within the headquarters here is how many we've actually put out. We don't mass produce mods with purge mods. I think the most we've ever made of one design was 500, and then we typically retire that design and or add on to that base unit, maybe change some aesthetics to it and come out with a new version. What that's done is definitely kept our product with a cult following that it has, because they are limited products. It's kept resale values for a lot of people out there who would love to trade and resell mods. It basically allows that mod to maintain its value over time. The mods are built for performance. These are true competition mechanical mech mods, all made here in Orlando, Florida. So as far as how many, I think probably 65 different purge mods at this point.
Now that is impressive.
For 6, maybe almost 7 years, we've been thriving in the mech scene. So I've been with the company for going on 5 years here in May. So they were in for about 1.5 years before I came on.
And how did you and Mauritz actually meet up?
Probably somewhere on Facebook World. In one of the many groups that we both frequent. I'm not really sure. Mo, do you remember where we met?
We met through actually one of your team members, Nicholas Aaron Siebold.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Siebold.
And then also through Wolfgang from Deadland Band.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, probably one of the questions which most of the people are thinking inside chat is immediately, what exactly is Delta 8?
Okay, we want to shift on right over to Lucy.
No, we're going to shift all the way. We're going to shift around. There's no worry.
Let's take a step back. I work directly with Mo. Mo is our direct contact for South Africa for STNR products. So if you guys are interested in something like that, you want to make sure you reach out to Mo, and he'll take care of you, whether it be for your business or for retail. He'll definitely make sure that he helps everybody in South Africa get advantage of this product. So let's make sure that everybody understands that. But if Lucy wants to explain the question there as far as what is Delta 8 and why is it a benefit, that'd be great.
I'm more than happy to do so. So Delta 8 is a cannabinoid that is hemp-derived. It is a almost mirror molecule to what is available in THC Delta 9. There are some slight differences on the molecular structural level, but what you need to know is that it is a hemp-derived versus a cannabis-derived tetrahydrocarbonone, and it affects you. It doesn't have the same potency range, and like you were talking about the gummies, there is some different dosaging arcs you kind of need to be aware of with Delta 8. So, for example, I heard your story about the gummy. In the cannabinoid system, and this is true for Delta 8 and 9, edibles can have an uptake in the system which makes them incredibly potent. So if you're someone who is very cannabis sensitive, gummies can actually hit you harder than almost anything else, and they sneak up on you, and they can cause an almost uncomfortable effect, triage effect. it is so intense. The vapable stuff tends to be a little bit more moderate on the arc of the dosage curve, whereas the edibles you'll take into your system, you'll feel nothing for 2 hours, and then you look over at your dog, and your dog is a cow all of a sudden, and you're levitating off the ground, and you don't know how you got there. That's a very stark dosage versus effect arc. The vapable stuff is a little bit more moderate. You have a little bit more predictability about the effects on the cannabinoid system. And again, like you said, everybody else is different. There's actually people out there who eat 1,000 milligrams of pure Delta-9 THC and feel almost nothing. Not even a thing. No effect. And then you have someone who'll eat a half a Delta-8 gummy and they're talking to their deceased grandmother having tea. So you do need to be a little bit wary of when you are doing edibles because they can affect you in a very heavy triage way. Now that being said, they are incredibly valuable for people who deal with, chronic pain, stuff like that. When you need something that is actually going to relieve, actual physical symptoms, gummies can be very effective. The little downside is they take longer to work, they last longer, and that peak of effect can go very, very high, sometimes higher than you want it to.
What I always recommend, if you're going to start out with a gummy, take a quarter or a half first.
Yeah.
Wait the time out. Let an hour or two go by. If you don't feel anything, by all means, take another quarter or a half. But don't start and say, eat a whole gummy, and then 5 minutes later, in 5 minutes from now, I'm going to eat another one, and then I'm going to pop another one. Because by the time that starts metabolizing and the effect kicks in your body,
It's too late.
you're committed for a couple hours at least.
Like me.
They look very innocent, right? It's a teeny tiny little gummy.
They taste fantastic.
They're delicious. But a little bit, as we say in the weed industry, a little dab will do you. You can literally cut this teeny tiny gummy into quarters, which actually makes it a nice financial value because we offer a nice amount of gummies in our pack.
Yeah.
Some of the other devices that we have that are of particular note is obviously our flagship device is this, which you see here, which is the recently rebranded 2 gram. This is our big, beefy performance. This is the Purge mod of the Delta-8 world. This is going to give you just so much power compared to what you might be used to in a cartridge or a smaller disposable.
What you have in this device is a 2 gram device with adjustable airflow, a 0.5 ceramic sub-ohm coil, 30 watt button push, 25 watt auto draw, and it's rechargeable. So you're talking about something that's going to give you a really, really nice deep hit. It's going to be something like this.
And the other thing that's really nice about this device is obviously people who are looking for Delta-8, at least in the States, and I can't speak for South Africa completely, but typically where Delta-8 is very, very popular are states where we don't have what's called recreational access. As you know, in America, we have medical marijuana available in 36 of all the 50 states and some of our territories. And then you have some in where the areas where we live in the South that don't. They are very against moving marijuana out of the controlled class substance. However, most of those states are agricultural states and they have very healthy hemp, growers associations, and they're willing to embrace the hemp stuff. The difference is that when you take a hit of a traditional THC 9 device, you're getting more psychoactive cannabinoids. The problem with some of the Delta-8 stuff that's been on the market is that because you're getting less of the psychoactive or relieving cannabinoids per puff, you really do need a little more power, because if you're trying to replicate that effect, you need to take in more concentration of the product per inhalation. This device really does give you that. It gives you a nice hit of full vapor. You're taking up much more cannabinoids. We have a wide variety of terpenes. And again, this is also trickling down to our other products, the 1 grams. They are fantastic. And again, this device is not for everybody. This device is not for children. It is not for children, retirees, people who are looking for a calm evening out. This might not be your go-to.
So much you can't hold on.
It is not. No, this may not be your go-to. For serious cannabinoid enthusiasts. We do offer quite a few other products.
You get the 1 gram. We also have authentic sea salt carts. cartridges that you can use on your own battery. We have a new product out recently called THCP.
And with HHC.
And I have HHC coming. So if you guys want to Google those terms, Lucy, maybe
I'm more than happy to
talk a little bit about that.
THCP
You guys,
and
yeah.
HHC, but that's a very long conversation.
Right.
But the main thing, excuse me, David, the main thing that people need to understand in South Africa is that this product is not cut with different products like people have seen with the illicit trade, where they cut it with vitamin E acetate and all the weird stuff. And secondly, it's very important, and I've been trying to explain this to a lot of people, that this product is not a psychoactive product. If you're gonna overdo it, yes, obviously things can happen, but I don't see it as a that type of product, because I mean Delta 9 and Delta 10 is a completely diverse, different product from this product that I'm bringing in and selling to the South Africans. So it's very important that people understand that this is not a psychoactive. It helps you sleep. It's better to take a gummy closer to bedtime, all of that type of things. But anyways, back to you guys again. Sorry.
No, and 100% I'm happy to touch on that. Yeah, and again, when I say psychoactive properties, when dealing with hemp, none of them are truly psychoactive until you get to this product right here, which is THCP. I'm talking about the entourage effect that mimics the physical feeling and effect arc that you would have with a traditional Delta 9 product. None of these products are going to make you trip, quote unquote. You're not going to see colors, nothing bad's going to happen. If you take too much of an edible, you can have an unpleasant experience where you feel kind of overwhelmed by the effects. But again, it's not like taking a harder core substance that's going to cause you to lose control of your thinking and your functions, right? It's just about your comfort level, where you want to be, where you want to feel, what level of therapeutic effects are necessary for what you're taking it for. And you're right, product integrity is very important. The one nice thing about our company is that we are absolute hand-in-hand partners in this product. With our manufacturer, we only source the highest quality Delta 8 distillate. All our products for HHC are done with CBN, which is not a technical CBD, it is another phytocannabinoid. The THCP is such a potent product that we actually only use it in a sub 1% concentration. Because it is actually stronger than Delta 9, even though it's hemp derived. We actually use it in a very tiny concentration because we want to keep it therapeutic. We're not trying to,
It's more binding to your CB1 receptor, your cannabinoid receptors.
Yes.
Can I quickly ask another question over here?
Yeah.
If you talk about the cannabis plant, you're talking about different species. I mean, I think the sativa is one of them and the indica is one of them. But your
right.
Delta 8 and your Delta 9 are specific chemical compounds. So it doesn't matter what species of plant you actually extract it from. They have got the same effect. Am I right or not?
So what happens when you take cannabinoids, whether it's Delta 8, 9, THCP, down to a level, the distillate level, you are isolating the isonomic cell. So when people go and say, I have a cartridge that's an indica sativa, they are taking that base cannabinoid distillate, which is our pure Delta 8 distillate, or if you have a legal company, pure Delta 9 distillate, and then you are re-adding, hopefully, naturally botanic terpenes. Yeah. Some people add synthetic terpenes. We add naturally botanic terpenes. So what you do is you basically take the distillate down to its base product, which is the concentration of Delta 8, Delta 9, and then you rebuild the strain profile through the terpenes. So yes, you can have indica sativa hybrids that are very bioidentical for both hemp-derived Delta 8 and Delta 9, and it does not affect how the product tests. It won't make it test hot. What it does is it manipulates the way your body has the entourage effect. And there's a lot of, so back in my day, I'm a little older than David, we used to always want to smoke indicas, right, in high school, because indicas are what got you stoned, right? Well, funny story, 10 years later, there's all this research coming out that sativa strains are actually more cannabinoid, which means they open more pathways in your endocannabinoid system. So even if you have an indica, that indica will be more diversely affected in your body if there is a small amount of sativa present.
David, it seems you've got the right girl working for you. She definitely knows what she's talking about. Holy crap.
Absolutely.
But listen, just to go... Yeah?
This will run more than a 30-minute segment if we really know the deep meat, the nuts and bolts of this. I mean, there's so much.
My office looks very different from everyone else's office. I have brassic therapies and a bunch of scientific studies on my desk no one wants to read, and I just kind of cherry pick the important parts and make sure they put the right thing in the product.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys are basically running the Purge mods and you're running this product, which one took off a lot quicker? Probably Delta.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say that
I would say so more so because Purge mods themselves, while the mech mods had a very strong presence in vaping, not every consumer market or customer wants a mech mod. This product here, everyone could benefit from. So therefore, we can become a lot wider with our customer base than you would with a mechanical mod. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
even if you're looking at the ecosystem of vaping, because I worked in vape for 12 years.
Sure.
I was an e-liquid manufacturing developer. And
Same for me.
I worked for Surefire Vapor with the original King mod when they first started back in 10 and 12, and it's all about the hardware. But even in the ecosystem of vape, not everyone was a mech mod user.
Exactly.
The majority of that market was always held by companies like Blue, Mark IV, then Juul, the smaller commercial devices. What we provided at Purge and the companies that I worked for was a very high quality, high-end product for the culturalist consumer. It was about the culture, about the performance, about the love of vaping.
Your collector, your hobby, or your competition.
Cloud comps. We had a whole lifestyle element that supported the business of companies like Purge, like Surefire, like any of the big MechMod companies. It was built around the culture, right? Everyone was getting nicotine. It's about tobacco harm reduction. People are looking to replace their nicotine with smoking, but Purge grew in the nexus of the people who made vaping a lifestyle.
And I think that's why it worked for me as well. Like I tried a couple times with the vaporizers and the ego pens and stuff like that, and I could never quit smoking. For one, I found out I was having my son and said, I'm not going to bring my son into the world smelling like a cigarette and I want to be healthy for him, right? So that was a motivating factor. But being able to have items like a mech mod or like a cloud chasing tank or things that you could hobby, you could customize, things of that nature, it now became less of a mission to quit smoking, more of something that I literally dove headfirst into, lifestyle-wise. So it took the stress of quitting cigarettes off because I wanted to do what I was doing. It wasn't like I was forced to. Didn't feel forced, if that makes sense. And I think watching your stuff and all of your stuff that I've seen, Louis, we both commented on how passionate you are and how happy we're glad to be a part of this today with your customer base or your viewer base because you're very passionate about what you do, and I can tell.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I appreciate it. It was so nice.
That's awesome.
That's really where companies like Purge got to take off, people who became passionate. The difference between a company like Purge, who's offering a very high-end product to a collector and cultivated society, is this is a therapeutic product with legitimate therapeutic value. Tobacco harm reduction in the same way, but you can get tobacco harm reduction in many forms.
True.
Right? Patent gums, Chantix, mech mods, egos, Juuls.
Yeah.
It was more of just catering to the consumer how they like it. This is a product that people legitimately need. That there's not the cannabinoids. This product here, the cannabinoids, whether it's Delta 8, THCP, HHC, people are coming to you to fix something in them that is uncomfortable. Whether it's anxiety or this or that, or they're trying to get off of harder medication, there's an actual value to people's lives.
Well,
so though we don't have
you guys have actually got a winning combination there. I mean, if somebody orders a new Purge mod which is being released, he's so excited now. You've also got a product that calms him down.
Yeah. Well, we were two separate companies housed under the same ecosystem here within our place here in Orlando. So, but yeah, it's great that we were able to get traction within the market because people that supported our brand with Purge wanted to support this, and if they were going to buy from somebody they trust, knew, and loved us, they gave us their business first, and they stayed with our products. And we grow month over month here, as far as products and as far as the amount of inventory sold to the market, dramatically every single month. I mean, we've caught fire over the last year, and we're not slowing down. So you guys can expect a lot more from our products. Mo will have a lot more for the great people of South Africa to bring to the table for you guys. So.
Whether it's Purge or Cafe Flash or STNR, the mission's the same, to give the highest quality products to the people who are looking for what you have. We don't cut corners. And again, we are, like I tell every vendor I meet with, I'm like, I am not going to be the cheapest product in your inventory, and I never will. If that's okay with you, would you like to talk about the product I have to offer? Because we're quality-based, and we've always been quality-based. And I think that quality in the end doesn't win because it has a longer lifespan, and people have, the repeat business that keeps you in business.
So do you think that the whole lockdown situation, as well as the FTA clamping down on you guys, actually forced you to go into this additional product to stay afloat? Or didn't that really affect you?
That's a great point. I can tell you from the vape shop side of everything before we started with Delta 8, our vape shop was traditionally just nicotine replacement. It was harm reduction for nicotine only. And there was a while that we didn't carry anything as far as CBD, any type of delivery apparatuses for any type of cannabinoid, right? But you know what? Our loyal customers would come into the shop and ask for those type of products. Do you have CBD? Do you have pipes or things of that nature? And we would tell them no. They would walk or go down, a couple doors down or down the street, and they would bring their business somewhere else. We said, you know what? Even though we're here for nicotine replacement, we still have customers who need wellness products, who have anxiety, who have ailments, who need help with inflammation and pain relief. Why are we sending our business somewhere else? So we became, within our own vape shops here in Orlando, a hybrid shop, which led us to manufacturing a product that we could put our name behind, that we could control the quality within our own product as we saw brands come out that were subpar.
Yeah.
Okay. With all due respect to the other people in the industry, but there are out there. But as Lucy said, our product's never going to be the least expensive, but I can promise you it's going to have the best quality that we can provide for.
And I also heard Florida is probably the state with the highest concentration of vapors. Is that true? Almost everyone.
I mean, Florida within the United States is the land of freedom right now. We've got a great state. Luckily, we have our businesses in Florida. Our governor takes care of the businesses here. He's very pro-business and pro, people and wellness. Delta 8, as far as Florida, is not going anywhere. We've been assured that. There are states that are no longer you're not able to offer Delta 8, which is a shame.
But conversely, most of those states will be incredibly viable long term. I'm talking over 20 years of relationship building with legal cannabis companies. We're talking billion-dollar businesses, and the last thing California wants to have happen, because California lost billions of dollars in cigarette taxes through vaping, which they bungled the California vaping regulations, and then they took the tax to medical marijuana. Because they're already in bed with these people, they've been building the legal and recreational medical marijuana community in California for, I would say, almost 30 years. Yeah. The last thing they want is other vaping type thing to come away and erode their profits. So in legal states, I get it. And in legal states, we face much more adversity. However, I think that every state should have access, whether it's hemp-derived or cannabis-derived. Everyone needs therapy. Everyone needs these products. There's more and more education and studies coming out from entities like Harvard, Princeton, the UKE, that are saying that cannabis-derived therapies are almost as effective with half the side effects as some chemical pharmaceuticals. And we're just at the beginning. Yeah. We're just at the beginning of the veil being raised of how to unmedicate ourselves. And we hope to be a really big part of that.
So don't you expect big tobacco and big pharma to start getting excited now, soon? because of these
They're already
products?
They're already excited.
We know how it goes. Ultimately, vaping.
Oh my
Yeah,
word.
they're already.
But it's already happening in South Africa. Cannabis has been decriminalized in 2018 in South Africa. Certain schedules, or let me put it this way, certain mycoterpene that falls within a certain limit is legal. It falls under a certain category. So you still need permits. You still need to register with the regulatory organizer here, which is SAFRA, and which I had to go through with. And at the end of the day, look, we have to look at the broader picture over here. In South Africa, they already have farms. The government has cannabis farms. They're exporting cannabis products out of the country. And you can apply for a license to farm over here. Obviously, the government taxes you for that, and when I say cannabis will be fully legal, then it would be sold everywhere, but in your own capacity, not using it in the street and all of that. That's the wonderful part about this product, where you can sit down, you can vape away, and it won't harm anybody. And I also see it as a harm reduction product, because
Absolutely.
if you take a cannabis like a normal, I'm going to use the street name, a joint, and you smoke that cannabis, you get all that tar and pesticides and stuff inside your lungs. So at the end of the day, I looked at what's happening in South Africa, and I looked at how many people are actually selling this stuff, and how can I go about this? And this is when me and David Gunn, we had a good discussion about the product, and I got the COAs and all of that, and I went to SAFRA, I gave them the COAs, and I got the samples, gave them the samples, they did the testing and all of that, and they're very happy with the product, because it's so far under the legal limit. It's amazing. It's amazing that the product can do what it can do and be legal.
And be that low under the needle. Yeah, so much
and not cause
so little concentration. Yeah.
Yes, and not cause that psychoactive effect or put somebody down, be a couch potato or anything. So I see it as harm. I see it as a. I'm going to say it the way it is. It's just. I see it as a harm reduction product also. South Africa is very conservative. A lot of people are very conservative about the products because, it's South Africa. People don't understand. They just see it as marijuana. But it's not, if I would say this is a disposable, I'm not going to sit with it and light it with a lighter. No, I'm vaping it. So the bar aspect is gone. There's no nicotine in it, so I'm not interfering with the vaping industry. And the current situation we have in South Africa with vape taxation, which, by the way, sorry, I'm just going to chime in. Please, guys, in the chat, I'm begging all of you, please go and join the PASA. You really need to join the PASA, see what's going on, because I see a lot of people sending messages to each other, and they're flashing paint, and they're going crazy, and this is happening, and oh my God, this is happening, and vaping is going to close down. No, please. Guys, go and join the PASA and see what's happening. So anyway.
I'm going to actually second you on that because just as an example, you do not want what to happen in the U.S. over the last 4 years happening to your vaping access in South Africa. And you guys, consumers, talking to you in the chat, being part of that, writing letters to your local magistrates and whoever is in government in support of these products and giving testimonials of how they help you is incredibly important, and get ahead of the game. We've had so many challenges in America, and most of it in America is a financial issue because of the Master Settlement Agreement. They're losing money. That's why they're so virulent about it. But it is very important, if these products have changed your life, to engage on that level and make your voice heard. And please join your advocacy organization, support your vendors, because it can get murky when it comes to government and looking at what they feel that they can tax and where they can start padding your budget. That comes out of your pocket as a consumer. So please don't let that happen.
David, just quickly getting back to Purge Mods, I just want to ask you two questions quickly. Well, there's one guy which says Alpha works 83. He says he needs the 28.5 millimeter in his life. But in any case, the two questions which I want to ask.
We can make that happen.
Alpha works.
Me and David are already in discussion, so it's happening. Look at
I
that.
think you showed a picture of the RDA earlier. Yeah, so this is what you get a Purge mod in. Really nice, hard Pelican case. Here's our latest. Of course, we do custom paint here. I don't know if you can see that really well.
That's
The
beautiful.
mainframe, it's got a side fire mechanism, 21700. And then we do other like really cool engraving stuff. For the ladies and the men, this is the Harambe, the Gorilla mod.
And that's got
This is a
the
detonator. Yeah, that's a different button style. It's detonator.
I almost thought it said Hazer at the bottom when you had that H and A.
Yeah, it says Hagerman. Matthew Hagerman is a world-renowned artist, a tattoo artist. He makes a lot of for motorcycles and stuff like that. He's the artist that we've worked with since the beginning as far as any type of our art, like the gorilla or like the skulls, everything like that. He also does custom engraving, so you could do like a one-of-one piece if you contact Matthew Hagerman. And I'm sure we can get you a link for that if anybody's interested. But yeah, and Mo's showing the Slim side piece Slim. That's an 18650 series mod. And I assured Mo I have some stock left on that. I think we're going to do on that one specifically some full setups painted with a really, really nice price for South Africa exclusive promotion on that.
Sweet.
So
People could just hit me up and tell me what color scheme they want, and we place the order, and David gets it done.
yeah.
The other thing I want to ask you about, well, I actually haven't asked my two questions yet. I assume those products which you actually showed us are the latest products which Purge has released.
Yes, the mainframe is the latest mod.
All right, and now that you have actually released 60 plus mods, have you found a specific recipe which people prefer? Whether it's bronze, copper, stainless steel, whether it's bottom fire, side fire, 21700, 18650.
I mean, if you look at the metals by themselves, copper, brass, aluminum, stainless. Brass by nature has been more popular. People go by the chart and say copper hits harder. In my opinion, it's negligible between copper and brass. Mo, would you agree? I mean, it's
too small.
I don't see how someone can really tell that big of a difference if it's the same build, if you have the same contact. The metal itself, it goes down to preference. Some people don't like copper. Some people love brown. They love copper. Copper definitely takes more maintenance.
Some people go for copper because they like polishing things and cleaning them out and putting it on a shelf and it's a display piece also. Because
Patina.
Because people actually they collect it. So, and then there's other people that don't like cleaning their mods and they don't want to struggle and polish mods, so then they don't go for copper. So, in my honest opinion, me and Harvest, with stuff we pull over here, yes, you can play with like my what do you call these mods from the Philippines? I forgot the name now. It's pure silver, yes. It's great, it's hard and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's so small. It's it's build dependent. How you build and what type of coils you use at the end of the day.
As far as like a special formula or recipe of what, the progression in time, I guess you would, as far as the firing mechanism when it comes down to the contact and the way that it fires. Of course, originally we had a push pin style firing. We've learned that over time, constant contact tends to work better. It's got less ramp up time, less voltage drop when you have a constant contact. Our side fires have always done very, very well. Out of all the side fires, the feedback I'm getting right now is the mainframe is the best one yet. We did make a guillotine style, which basically was cut from one block of brass. That's a P-lock. You were looking for that name. 2J&T P-lock mod.
But this once again, sorry David, the problem is this is a showpiece because it's silver.
Sure.
This is in South African rand with the drip tip and everything that you have to buy separately. This cost me 15,000 rand without shipping. So that's like $1,000 or $1,200. I've got a few of these, but the thing is, it's
ages for the win.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, but listen, I'll speak on that company. I've owned those mods. I have a great relationship with the Mariano family who make those mods over in the Philippines. They're a great company. They're run by great people, and they're beautiful pieces of artwork. So if you have the money to spend on something like that, if you're passionate about what you have and you love a piece like that, I would recommend going out and get one because they are beautiful mods. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely.
Same as ours. I mean, our mods are not cheap in any capacity.
Oh, that's a
So
beautiful
the
mod.
right there, that bar at the top is the top piece and the bar connected, and it's cut from the same block. It has no break in that.
Beautiful
So
mod
you
there.
eliminate a break point. Yeah, you eliminate a break point in your
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, voltage drop.
Listen, David, there's a tennis Mulder. He says, Mr. David, I respect you as a brother to be on the show. Shout out to you and Mauritz. And then Zach Damon with a super chat. Zach Damon 70. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. He just wants a link. Mauritz, if you can post that link to that group inside chat, it would be great.
For
A link for what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Kurt Yao is in the chat, so if Kurt can please, Uncle Kurt, if you can please post the link for VPA, or Uncle Rob is also in the chat, then we've got that.
There you go. Yeah, that's great.
What an asset that you guys have with Rob Fisher. What a guy fighting for your right to vape and such a knowledgeable and great person to speak with. So shout out to Rob Fisher.
Yeah, no. Robbie's the godfather. He's the mod father in South Africa.
Yeah.
Rob Fisher and Kurt Yao, the two main guys in the chat.
Absolutely.
They fighting for our right to be here, and the previous live on Uncle Kaiser's site was about vaping advocacy and all of that, and it was mentioned. Almost a million rand was put together with all the the vendors to say vaping in South Africa, and obviously work with the taxation and all of that. That's why I tell people, please join the PASA, see what's happening, get the correct news, because everybody's sending little messages and little links saying, hey, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And people are just chopping wood. They're getting nowhere. They don't understand what's going on. So rather go to the source and get the correct information.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing.
Okay, so Mauritz, for those people in the chat, now that you obviously the liaison, the sole distributor, the Gunn inside South Africa regarding regarding the products of Purge, is there any way in which the people will be able to see somewhere what the products are, what the basic idea of cost is going to be, so that they can obviously start getting excited?
So what they can do is they can go to Fast Eddie's Vape Distro. Everybody knows Fast Eddie's Vape Distro. But I'll post up some links. I'll post a link in the chat. And then they can see what's happening and what type of mods they have and what was sold and what's still available. And then people can contact me directly via Facebook. Everybody's friends with me. I mean, Timothy, everybody has friends with me on Facebook, and they can just ask away. And I'll make a deal with David Gunn over there, and we'll get it sorted. I'll get the mod in their hand. Just like Mr. Kenneth Mulder. He was one of the first guys that bought it first 70s.
What I can recommend to help you help yourself really and make sure that you're able to get something is if you see something drop, and Mo, as soon as I have something new, Mo will start, putting that information out there. If you can afford it, don't hesitate because these things do sell out quickly. I think it was less than a week time.
2 days.
Couple days, and all my mainframes are gone. I'll drop a new mod coming up soon. I have a new mod coming out mid-February. Within a few days, they're gone. So stay on top of it. If you're interested, make sure you have that money saved and you're ready to move on it when it drops. Because if not, they usually sell.
David,
If you're looking for older stuff, by the way, on Facebook, there's a group called Purge Mod Collectors Club. If you go over to Purge Mod Collectors Club, what do you say? Oh, I'm looking at the other screen here. If you go on Purge Mods Collectors Club, you can find some of the older mods that are no longer in my inventory here at Purge headquarters, but are still available out there, in the wild, as we say, available to you.
Yeah. David, I know I'm going to touch basically on a little sensitive topic here. I think Mauritz might get excited now. Mr. Mo. But in any case, from my side, I actually want to thank you for keeping in contact with South Africa, because I know there is a bit of vape politics going on in South Africa, which I try to pull back from, but I know about it though. And there's companies in the past which have reached out to South Africa, which South Africans have not treated that well and has pulled away out of South Africa, which is a pity.
Yes.
But I'll take my hat off to you guys for actually sticking in there and giving us another chance, because I have an idea what has happened to you in the past regarding South African market. So thanks from my side.
I appreciate that. We won't really speak on the past. I'm really looking forward to the future that we have working with Mo and working with you as well, Louis, and hopefully bringing our great products to your great area there in South Africa and all the way throughout the continent there. So.
And at the end of the day, we're here for our consumers. Business relationships have a way of ebbing and flowing, but we're really here dedicated to bringing top quality products to our consumers.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, so Mauritz, thank you very much. I don't want to keep you guys up. I know we've gone 20 minutes over. By the way, David, I actually bought the Pro version, so we're not limited to 40 minutes. But I don't want to keep you guys. I've actually purchased it.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for putting us in your time slot today, and let us know how we can help you. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, guys.
And by the way, I see a lot of comments now that I'm looking over at the YouTube. If you mentioned hello, good wishes to me, thank you so much for saying something and supporting us through the years. I look forward to many more with you guys.
By the way, people, everybody in the chat, there is a Purge South African group. I'll post it now also in the chat. Please, people, come and join. I'll approve your requests and be part of the movement. See what's going on. It's really interesting. And believe me when I say the machining on these mods are bar none. You won't find another mod that's machined the same way. That's why I have it.
But yeah, as long as you guys say you are willing to be on the show at some other point again, I'm a happy chappy.
Sure. Absolutely.
Brilliant
Thanks
stuff.
for having us on, man.
All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a safe weekend. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you go, guys. That was the chat with Mr. Mo and the Purge team over there. Sorry, I know I've neglected chat. Unfortunately, as I said, it's just one of those things. It's very difficult to keep all these screens open. Like it's a boertjie, man. I'm a bit of a technically challenged as well. So yeah, but I'll go through the chats tomorrow. Thanks, Zach Damon. I saw that thing over there. Dominic Banks says Joe Kaiser, Rogan, Lord Hawkey joined us at a later stage though. Thanks for a great show. No problem. I hope you guys got something from the show though, and walks away a bit wiser than what you actually was before you actually joined the show. Kyk hoe dors is ek. My stem is heel droog. But in any case, guys, so yeah, that is that. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend and God bless. Cheers.